Seattle is known for its distinctive storms, and one such storm unfolded on a rainy Saturday night, filled with rhythm, bright lights, and hearts synchronized with the music, thanks to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. These two artists are not only among the most influential of our time, but also an unstoppable pair whose musical chemistry invigorated the entire city, soaked yet vibrantly alive. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. The heavy rain didn't stop anyone from attending. This wasn't the light, romantic drizzle typical of the Pacific Northwest. It was a relentless downpour that would usually send people scrambling for cover. But in Seattle, and especially for the fans of Kendrick and SZA, that wasn't the case. The sold-out crowd at Lumen Field was decked out in ponchos, umbrellas, and drenched hoodies. No one was leaving. As if planned, the rain began just before the duo took the stage, creating a cinematic atmosphere. When the bass dropped, the rain seemed to dance along with the music, splattering off shoulders and stage lights. "You all look so beautiful, especially in this rain. You've got a special energy being out here like this," SZA beamed at the audience. Dressed in a yellow raincoat, she radiated warmth against the gray backdrop, symbolizing light amidst the storm. Both Kendrick Lamar and SZA are no strangers to accolades. Kendrick, a Pulitzer Prize-winning poet from Compton, has a voice that can break barriers and a mind that twists narratives like wire. SZA, the enchanting queen of heartbreak and introspective anthems, captivates the stage with her presence. Together, they are not just performers, they are forces of nature. In Seattle, the elements joined in their own way. Lightning flashed above Lumen Field, and fog machines blurred the line between the artificial and the natural, capturing Seattle's essence. DJ Mustard got the crowd moving with hits even before the main event started. "Party in the USA" resonated throughout the stadium as fans settled into their seats, creating an electric atmosphere. When Kendrick arrived in a low-riding car surrounded by thick smoke, the crowd erupted in cheers. It was more than just an entrance, it was a statement. The opening beats of King Kunta sent waves of excitement through the audience, and from that moment on, the energy remained electric. SZA joined him shortly after, and what followed was a seamless blend of collaboration and individual artistry. Kendrick didn't just rap, he narrated stories and built entire worlds. Each song, whether it was the confrontational DNA or the anthemic Humble, was delivered with urgency. He moved across the stage like a prophet, launching lines into the night like fire. When it came time for "Not Like Us," the crowd erupted, singing every lyric at full volume as if participating in a powerful sermon. In contrast, SZA exuded a sense of calm. Songs like "Blind," "Kill Bill," and "F2F" immersed us in her universe. Her voice was like a siren, serving as an emotional guide that uplifted everyone's spirits. When she sang "Saturn," it felt as though the rain paused for a moment. This was more than just a performance, it was magical. Then came "All the Stars." Elevated on platforms with lasers shooting into the night sky, Kendrick and SZA performed the song as if the universe had come together to enhance it with thunder and fireworks. This was not just a performance, it was a defining moment of the evening. They didn't stay in their own spaces. Their connection was fluid. They exchanged playful banter between songs, mirrored each other's movements, and sometimes stood together in silence, letting the music convey their feelings. The transitions between their solo performances were lightened by humorous, pre-recorded interview clips, moments that fostered intimacy and made the audience feel included in their friendship. SZA's performance was especially dramatic. Accompanied by a stunning group of dancers, she moved across the stage with the grace of a ballerina and the strength of a lioness. Fireworks exploded behind her, perfectly synchronized with every beat and note. Yet, despite the grand display, it was her voice that truly mesmerized. It was raw, heartfelt, and powerful. Kendrick returned with money trees, and swimming pools drank, the latter eliciting a collective cheer as cups flew into the air. Then came Mad City, a nostalgic throwback that sparked excitement in the crowd. It was clear that no one wanted the night to end. They performed nearly all their collaborative songs. Tracks like "Doves in the Wind," 30 for 30, "Gloria," and "Luther" were delivered with precision and intensity. By the time they returned for an encore, it felt as if the audience had run a marathon and emerged triumphant. However, what truly made the evening unforgettable wasn't just the music, it was the emotional authenticity. Both artists were visibly moved. You could see Kendrick's joy as he looked out at the sea of fans singing along. You could hear the sincerity in SZA's voice when she said, "You all are the reason we do this." There was a palpable sense of gratitude, mutual admiration, and something even deeper, love. What might be the most captivating part? The rain never ceased. It poured continuously, turning the stadium into a sacred haven of hip-hop and soul. Each drop contributed to the experience, something that couldn't be orchestrated or duplicated, it had to be felt. The audience in Seattle didn't just show up, they were fully immersed. From beginning to end, they were lively and spirited. They sang, shouted, wept, and laughed. It was a complete experience. Strangers who arrived left feeling like family. This was more than just a concert. It was a collective moment of connection. At one point during the performance, Kendrick took a moment to appreciate the drenched, ecstatic crowd. "Seattle, y'all are built different," he said, and he meant it sincerely. This wasn't just flattery, it was heartfelt admiration. Only in a place like this, with artists of such caliber, could a night like this happen. Some concerts are memorable for the performers, others for the audience, and a few for the venue. This event captured all three. A city that wears its rain as a badge of pride, two artists at the peak of their abilities, and a night that surpassed the constraints of weather, gravity, and expectations. Kendrick and SZA are often celebrated for their solo artistry, but it's their collaboration that creates true magic. You can hear it in their music, but witnessing it live elevates it to something remarkable. It becomes a shared heartbeat, a whirlwind of voices, a rhythm that resonates deeply within you. As Kendrick got back into his car to conclude the show, his final words lingered in the air like a promise. "We'll be back." This wasn't just a remark to the audience. It was a commitment to a city that gave him so much that night. And when they return, you can bet Seattle will be ready, umbrellas in hand and hearts wide open. Because sometimes, rain doesn't drive people away. Sometimes, it envelopes a city in rhythm and spirit. Sometimes, it creates something truly unforgettable. Kendrick Lamar and SZA didn't just perform in Seattle, they delivered a revelation. And that revelation left us drenched, amazed, and deeply grateful. Didn't just perform in Seattle, they delivered a revelation. And that revelation left us drenched, amazed, and deeply grateful. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.